Does Redmond know how did Wallace feel when he received the Darwin Medal? I'm not sure if I know what the Darwin Medal is.
Yes, he said how wonderful it was to get such an honour, and then right at the end of his life, last sort of speech he made at the Linnean Society was when he was given the Darwin Wallace Medal, and he said how wonderful it was to actually be in bronze, cast with his hero, with Darwin.
Okay.
And he gave a long talk saying he wanted to put it straight, that Darwin had priority, and that the idea of evolution by natural selection was Darwin's and Darwin's alone, which he'd always said. It's not really true, except that Darwin, as I said, was sending him letters before he got to this idea, saying, yes, I really like your effort, but you're not quite there yet. I have a theory. If Darwin had just told him, all this debate would be over.
Right. Intussen is de zon hier aan het opkomen. We zitten in de Great Australian Bight, als ik me niet vergis, op weg naar Perth. Het is bij ons 5 uur 's ochtends, daarom is het nog wat donker en zien wij er nog wat slaperig uit. We zijn er bijna doorheen. Je kunt je laatste vragen nog stellen via Twitter, hekje vpro BGL gebruiken in je berichten. Redmond, do you have any plans to, or did you have any plans to go praying to get through your writer's block, Dub 91?
No, that was very good of him to say so. But the trouble with them, no, I don't think it doesn't work like that. But well, it could work in the subconscious. You can manipulate it with fetishes in a fetish room. Yes, I mean that just works mechanically. But the trouble with all those modern spirit mediums is they were very like the ones that Wallace dealt with. Plainly, the guy was looking at his assistant, wondering, with one eye, when he should come out of his trance. What time was it? Have they had their half hour yet? It's a very commercial enterprise. How about introducing the youngest member of the crew who's just joined?
That's a great idea. Kom even bij, Mary.
Mary comes from Mull. Yeah, Mary, come on.
Just for a sec.
No, you've got to. Oh, she won't.
Oh, come on. Well, too bad.
Well, she's a Pict. She's from the original peoples of Scotland and Orkney and Shetland, and everybody writes about them, the Vikings, as being very shy. So that's it, and very tiny and with beautiful little pointy noses.
Let's see. Redmond, do you agree that Darwin's theory has weak points? Bart Jane wants to know, like missing fossils to complete the evolutionary time zone.
Now that's always been an anti-Darwin argument, but as he said himself, it's a miracle, a secular miracle, a wonderful thing that a fossil is preserved at all. If you think about it, it has to be made just at the right moment. Those footprints have to be made in mud, and then a big event has to happen, so a river fills with mud settles on the footprints. There's a very complicated process. In a way, it's extraordinary that there are any fossils, not that there are gaps in the fossil record. And anyway, these gaps keep being filled in. We've got I think the name is Tikalik, but obviously something coming from the water to the land that's found in the Arctic, and there's this perfect fossil with obviously arms and legs, bones in the or rather leg bones in its flippers. And Tikalik, I think that's right. So these gaps are constantly being filled in. There's no good relying on gaps in the fossil record as any kind of anti-Darwinian argument.
Maybe to end, before we get back to the snake, because lots of people still want to know about the snake and I've missed it.
So wonderful.
But what will you do with yourself back home after such an intense and wonderful journey?
I'll collapse into total despair. Blackness will descend. I shall crawl into my bed, and then the cat will try and cheer me up, and he gets into my ear and he goes, and the wife will be out of work and the children have got their own lives. It's just me.
Ah, it's going to be horrible.
Yes.
Well, I heard you say yesterday evening, after this afternoon in Dutch, in the Netherlands, that you might do another TV show.
Oh, well, that would be wonderful. But we have to
you would
persuade
want
them
to.
first. And I think I ought to learn Dutch too.
How's your Dutch coming along?
Very well, but I can't tell you the words I've been taught.
Well, it is evening time now in the Netherlands, so
Right,
that would be all right. Everyone still wants to know before we end this about the snake again, because the first question was about the snake, so we'll ask it again.
Oh, it's so terrible I couldn't bring it back. It just
It
refused.
was the same snake in the bottle, right?
Oh, the same one, yeah. Yeah, and even though I'd held it and curled it up, put it in the passenger seat of this truck, every time I got into the truck, it gave me it really is Darwin's right. It's instinctive fear of snakes. And he said, just to connect everything up, he said that the belief in God was as instinctive as our fear of snakes. So I get in and think, it's a cobra. But it's a very beautiful, beautiful animal. But apparently they kill lots of people in that area because they're in the fields and they're everywhere.
And you left the snake there. You couldn't get it through.
Well, I left it in the hotel, but they gave it back to Willie. So Willie got it. It's his snake anyway. But,
okay.
So that's all right. I told myself.
The snake
but
is
it
still
would look
in
so
India.
good at home.
Alright, well that sums it up. Als je vraag niet aan bod is gekomen, volgende week hebben we weer een aflevering over Wallace. Weer een Twitter-sessie met Redmond O'Hanlon. Dan is het weer 4:45 's ochtends hier in de zee onder Australië. Dus dan kun je gewoon weer inloggen op beagle.vpro.nl en je vragen stellen via Twitter. Dus thank you Redmond.
Thank you, Debbie.
Bye bye.